Pokemon has had a lot going on in this, the year of our Lord Arceus, 2022. The Pokemon World Championship had its first in-person event since the pandemic's start. In the anime, Ash has been fighting his way through the Champions 8, and the first fully open world Pokemon games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, are coming out at the end of November after Game Freak already released the well-received Pokemon Legends Arceus at the start of the year. Legends Arceus took my full attention for weeks! Like, look at that playtime! And I even started a second playthrough on stream that is a Nuzlocke.
Oh, gang!
Michael, no! I am insane! I'm no PokeTuber, but I'm just so fascinated by some of the info from the recent Scarlet and Violet trailer that I haven't seen anyone else mention, that I want to throw these ideas out there so others can ruminate on them as well. These thoughts are taking up all of my attention, and the brainworms will not leave until this video is done. So enough dawdling, let's go! That wasn't initially intentional, but now it is. So what's this info that I haven't seen anyone else discuss thoroughly? The Shedder Squad and its real-world star. Let me back up a bit. Amongst the information from the latest trailer, we learned the name of the evil team. Well, not evil really, just antagonistic, I guess. Team Star is a group of rebellious students that just want to ride their bikes and not follow the dress code. We are introduced to one part of this group, Team Star's Fire Gang, aka the Shedder Squad, and their leader Mela. Most of the mentions of the squad's name that I've seen involve general confusion or looking up the word Spanish translation, which is schedule, apparently. Editor Michael here, after conferring with a friend that is working on becoming fluent in Spanish and a friend that is a native Spanish speaker, the word cheddar does not seem to exist as a Spanish word. I don't know what's up with Google here. They both say this isn't a word in Spanish. When I typed just the word shader into Google, I got what has to be the reason for the name choice immediately. Alpha Cassiopeia, or Shader, is the name of the brightest star in the Cassiopeia constellation. See? It's a star in a constellation. Honestly, with how easy it was to find out, I'm kind of annoyed no one else has mentioned it. But then, the gears in my head started turning. After years of watching Pokemon Theory and Origin videos by the likes of Birdkeeper Toby and Loxton, what significance might this star have to do with Spain and Portugal, or even the members of the squad that use its name? First, where does the name come from? Well, it's derived from the Arabic word for breast. Spain was controlled by Muslims for nearly 800 years, and while the main book on star names was written in Persia, it was written amid their Iberian rule from 711 up to 1492. So that could be the connection the name has to the region. You get out of here, Columbus! I'll deal with you next month! The name Shedder was chosen as the star is located near the heart of Cassiopeia. Looking at this star chart, you might be confused since that looks closer to her knees than her heart. But if we include the drawing of the constellation, you can see she is sitting upside down. But why? Well, time for some miscellaneous miscellaneous. I can't. Star myths or star stories. Whatever. Let's just go. Let's just talk about it. According to Greek myth, Queen Cassiopeia of Ethiopia was an incredibly vain woman, claiming that both she and her daughter Andromeda were more beautiful than the Nereids. The Nereids being the 50 daughters of the sea god Nereus, who were all sea nymphs that were the representation of the beauty and the kindness of the sea. Yeah, go ahead, taunt the gods by claiming you're better than them. I'm sure there's no way that could go wrong, right, Arachne? The divine punishment was summoned by Poseidon, a giant sea monster called Cetus, and maybe a massive flood as well, with the intent to completely and utterly destroy the kingdom of Ethiopia. An oracle then convinces Cassiopeia and her husband, King Cephus, to sacrifice their daughter to save the country. To do this, they chained her to a rock by the sea to be swallowed by Cetus. In the end, she was saved by the Greek hero Perseus. You know, the one most famous for cutting off Medusa's head? Poseidon, not wanting Cassiopeia to be without punishment, put her amongst the stars, bound to a throne in a similar position that she had tied up her daughter. So, how does any of that relate to Pokemon? Well, the Shader Squad focuses on Fire-type Pokemon, which the franchise has shown has ties to beauty with Team Flare in X and Y, who are just beyond those clouds in France, by the way. That could connect to Cassiopeia's vanity regarding her and her daughter's appearance. Shader is near Cassiopeia's heart, which I guess could also tie to ideas of fiery passion. How about the one named member of the squad, Mela? Does she have any connections? According to the website, she fixes any and every problem thrown her way, though her methods are heavy-handed, and has a steadfast devotion to completing anything she sets her mind to. That doesn't sound like it matches with Cassiopeia's vanity, so I don't think there's any connection there. Her name derives from the Spanish word for peach, melocotón, though my mind did think it's kinda similar to Andromeda. Mela, Andromeda. Though Andromeda itself is the name of another constellation. In fact, several constellations are named after people from this myth. Cassiopeia, Andromeda, Cephas, Cetus, and Perseus. That would make 5 squads, and I do believe that's how many squads we will see. The region map shows the red flags representing Team Star's Shader Squad in the southeast, as well as 4 other pairs of flags across the region, making 5. There are also 5 points on a star shape, like the kind one of the Team Star grunts makes. If my train of thought is correct, the other 4 squads would be named after the brightest stars, typically the alpha stars of each constellation. Those names would be Alpharat Squad, Menkar Squad, Alderamin Squad, and Mirfac Squad? We're going to come back to that one. Now, briefly, Alpharats is a twin star system in Andromeda and derives its name from an Arabic phrase meaning navel of the mare or horse. Seems an odd choice for a name, but for a time it was also considered part of the nearby Pegasus cluster as Delta Pegasi, but it is not recognized as such anymore. Menkar, from Cetus, is the Arabic word for nostril. Alderamin, or Alpha Cephei, comes from the Arabic phrase meaning the right arm. I think you can guess where that might be on the Cephus constellation. Alpha Persei, the brightest star of the Perseus constellation, used to go by the name Mirfac, which meant elbow in Arabic. Sometimes it went by Al-Janib, which meant the flank or the side in Arabic, though it seems to no longer go by any name other than Alpha Persei. However, there might be another, better option for a star name taken from that constellation. Algol, or Beta Persei, is a particularly notable star, for it is not 1 star, but 3, with some research suggesting there might be up to 5 stellar bodies involved. That's genuinely nuts to me. I can't even begin to imagine how that orbit would even look. Like, twin star system's crazy enough, but the 3-star system? A 5-star system? Algol's intriguing nature doesn't stop there, though, as its name comes from an Arabic phrase, Ras al Ghul, no, not that one, or head of the ogre, which gives it its colloquial name,
the Demon Star.
Well, the Arabic name implies an ogre or ghoul. The Greeks considered it to be a gorgon. You know, what Medusa was? Who was killed by Perseus? Who is the one the whole constellation is named after? I don't know why, but I find that so funny. You got beheaded by the guy, and now you're just a part of his constellation. Also, Algol Squad definitely sounds better than Mirfac Squad. Okay, that wasn't brief, but I want to see if there might be something we can infer from these star names and the 4 flag colors that we have. If we take the more fun Perseus star, I would associate Algol Squad with these black flags, as the
Demon Star Squad
would most likely have Dark-type Pokemon. Menkar Squad could be these purple flags, as Nostril makes me think snot, which makes me think sick, which leads to me associating that with the poison type. Alpharat Squad, whose name meaning has horse in it, makes me think of speed, which makes me think electric type. so I would associate them with these yellow flags. If I'm right, it would be really fun if that squad leader was a pair of twins to reference that star's twin star nature. The last one is Alderamin's squad, left with only these reddish pinkish flags up by the northern lighthouse. Before I knew about the other constellations, I was trying to figure out what type those flags could be associated with. I guessed psychic or fairy, but neither of those really felt right. Now that a Team Star squad name means the right arm squad, they'd be fighting types for sure. I started the script thinking it'd be 1, maybe 1.5 pages. But that was before I realized there were other constellations associated with the Cassiopeia constellation, and how their most important stars could work with the information we have about Team Star and Scarlet and Violet in general. But what do you think? Do you agree with this? Do you think I'm completely off base? Are there other stars you think the squads could be named after? Go ahead and comment your thoughts. And while you're down there, you might as well just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I mean, it's right there. As for me, I gotta get my own Starmobile out to be ready to fight Melas. Hi-ho, Rodimus! Away! Ow. So, it's been a bit, hasn't it? I thought I was going to be back doing videos on this channel sooner, but the recovery from the jaw surgery is a little more intensive than I anticipated. I also have a new character design here. I plan to do a little bit of an update video talking about that a bit more, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.